Oh.
Okay.
Yo.
No soundbite.
No soundbite. I didn't load it the second time.
Yeah.
If you guys caught the live, going
Attempt.
live on, going live on a Friday, it was all messed up. Technical issues. We are not live. This is going to be pre-recorded. I was just laying down. I'm not even going to front.
We had a non-mentioned ISP issue.
Yes.
Yep.
So we will just
Shout
leave it
out
at that.
X-Fin.
Shout out, yeah. But we're still here. We still got some things to
All
talk
right.
about.
So weeks, crazy, not crazy. How's your weeks? Not crazy. Winston's waiting for a house.
Yep.
I just worked.
He just worked. Nothing
Actually,
crazy.
I watched XFL both Sunday and yesterday because Missouri has a team, St. Louis Battlehawks. They're 2-0, and both wins came via comeback. And not to get too deep into it, but our quarterback is A.J. McCarron.
Nice.
Yeah.
Okay.
Nice.
So
his wife is hot.
Oh, I'm
Have
sure.
y'all seen his wife?
I haven't seen his wife.
Super hot.
All right. Looks like we got to look her up. I'm going to look her up. What's it? How do you spell his name?
A.J. McCarron, McCarron, probably.
Yeah, I think there's 2 R's. Double R.
It's not A.
His wife is literally the second search.
He went to the University of
Catherine
Alabama.
Webb.
Yeah, she's hot.
He went to the University of Alabama. He
I would
was
need
a
to
stud
see
in
it.
college.
Instagram.
Crazy that he's in the
Instagram.
XFL. But
Yeah, I mean, he wasn't very good, but
yeah, he bounced around and backup role to backup role, but good for him.
yeah.
Second chance.
Good for his wife.
It's funny. We beat they beat Seattle last night. The St. Louis Battlehawks beat the Seattle Dragons, and one of the popular Seattle players is
popular
Josh
on Instagram.
Gordon, former Chief,
Yeah.
led the NFL one year. I think the XFL is cooler to platform talent that we're unfamiliar with, and not as cool to watch old vets because it's like a lot of them had their shot per se.
Yeah.
But that was about the highlight of my week. My week doesn't touch yours.
Yes.
Squeak through it.
Good week, dude. We're going to slide through this. We're going to get more details on the next live stream Street Champ show. That'll happen today.
So
But
Shout out that
out
show.
the top, March 9th, Twisted Insane. Get your tickets from me. I'm opening up for Twisted Insane. I need to sell these tickets, though. So get your tickets ASAP. Let's have a party. Winston, you getting tickets?
Yeah.
Dave, you getting tickets? I already know the answer. Deryk, you getting tickets?
Yeah, I'm interviewing them.
Oh, yeah. They're getting
mic might be
interviewed. Yes, dude. Can I be there for it?
Oh, yeah.
I don't have to be on it, but...
I think your mic.
your mic's off.
Yeah,
Or-
your mic is off.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Hit us with a soundbite for Twisted Insane.
I don't know if they're going to work here, but let's see.
We'll take it.
Yep.
Buy tickets to the show. Buy tickets to the show. Hit me up, guys. I'm going to post a new promo here soon. All right, now to get into the big week. Yes, big week because your boy
So-
was
Featured.
featured on the MMA Hour with ARIEL HELWANI. You guys have heard me talk about him and reference him before, made him a song. It sucks I have to explain this again because I just explained it very well the first
Yeah.
time, but it was all choppy and messed up.
I mean, you only got featured on the 13 consecutive time MMA Journalist of the Year's podcast.
Yes, seriously, the biggest
No
MMA,
coincidence.
biggest MMA podcast out there right now. Definitely, hands down, easy. Biggest fan base. Shout out to all of the fans in there. Shout out, I'm a fan too.
He's one of the
shout out to all
best-
my MMA Hour family.
Oh yeah, he's one of the biggest he's one of the biggest non-athletes in the martial arts hemisphere.
Yeah,
Easily.
If you're not in MMA, it's like Adam Schefter.
yes.
No exaggeration. He's the dude who got in trouble for being the breaking news for fights. He is legitimately Adrian Wojnarowski, Adam Schefter.
Facts.
Anything he says, it's like him and Brett Okamoto is just it's gonna happen if they even hint
Yes.
at it. That's
And
how
he
huge this
loved
man
the
is.
song. He
Dude.
loved the song.
Genuinely.
He
Loved
loved
it.
the song.
Danced his ass
Definitely
off.
the person who has loved their song the most out of anybody that I've ever made a song for. I've made a song
Emphatic
for a few different people.
reaction.
Yes, the best. They put me on. They
Yep.
straight up threw me a bone, dude. Sometimes you meet a dog, you throw him a bone, dude. This dog wanted a bone and fucking got thrown it, dude. It was
Yep.
dope. It was cool, and I again made a great track. The track is awesome. Go
Slap.
check it out.
Beats fire.
One thing I wanted to say on here is there was a first rendition of the song and then a second rendition. The second rendition came out way better. Or we'll get into it a little bit more on Street Champs, but yeah, I was on the MMA Hour, and I'm gonna be an installment on it. I'm on the soundboard. on the MMA Hour now. That song is immortalized on the soundboard. Crazy.
So we need to
It's awesome.
we need to reciprocate that and get some HELWANI sounds on our soundboard.
We do need something.
That would be dope.
We need something. We need some sound bites. Ah, that would be badass. We should. But yeah, I was on the MMA Hour. Y'all go check that out. You can go check out their most recent episode, their Wednesday episode last week. I'm on the same episode as Jake Paul and KSI.
Hell yeah.
That's
dope.
You know, crazy. It's a
Huge
big
reach
episode.
Getting a lot of views.
It's
Probably.
getting a lot of views now because it's on the Jake Paul episode.
That's
You
awesome.
got to time shit right. And that was the thing with me. On Monday, he's like, we have a big show on Wednesday. Big show on Wednesday. So I heard that and I was like, big show on Wednesday? Okay.
Say less.
Say less. Say less. I said, I want to try and get on this next show. It was a goal, you know. When I was writing the song, it was a goal to be on the show, and I did it.
Well,
and I'm happy as fuck.
You're not just a
And
product
crazy.
of timing though, because you timed it like when the stars
Did
aligned,
time it right. You got to
but
time stuff right,
You had
guys.
to deliver, and that track delivered, bro.
It delivered, dude. It did come out really good. So we sampled the intro of their
The horns.
2009
Seen on
horns
last
intro.
week.
Yes, bro. It was so cool. It was so cool. They know me now. It's awesome.
No,
And
it's fucking
you know,
sick.
it just feels good. It feels good. It felt really good because everybody loved it. Like I generally got great feedback. Everybody was vibing, especially in the chat. If anybody said anything negative, because you always know you got some haters sometimes. Most of the thing that I've gotten this song is cringe, but honestly, I think it's because Ariel was dancing the way he was dancing.
Oh,
like,
yeah.
Ariel's a 40-year-old dude fucking going like this,
Yeah,
bro.
his
Like,
dancing skills, not it, but yeah,
yeah. So like it probably wasn't even like that.
no.
But everybody who doesn't say that shit would jump on that person. Like that's never happened for me before. Like sometimes like when you make music, you want to get hate. Honestly, you want to get some love and then you want a little bit of hate because that's how you know you're doing really good. You want that little bit of hate. You want that because
That's energy.
it's the energy. It's the two sides of the coin too. Like you need the two sides of the coin. You know, you can't just have all love the whole time. You need somebody to hate on you, a little bit at least, a little bit. But it was cool because you know you did really good when you got love and hate, and then the hate gets hate from the love.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, you're tripping. Like, yeah, it's awesome. It's awesome. Like, it was cool. It was cool to see. It felt good. We're gonna be hype every time we hear it on there now. Like.
Oh yeah.
Ariel was hype as fuck. That was my biggest thing. Like, I was just happy he loved it. Like, that was the whole point. That's the whole point of me making songs for people.
That was
Yeah.
super awesome. As your friend, I was so happy. Like,
Yes, thank you.
Because I know
dude.
how much it means to you.
Winston. Yeah, dude, it means a lot. It helps a lot too. It really helps a lot. The music, you know, because I'm not no big cat. I'm fucking still learning how to do it and stuff, and barely getting my toes wet. But now, you know, I don't know. I've scratched the surface before. You've seen me scratch the surface with Tom Segura's podcast, King of the Sting, and I've scratched the surface before, but it wasn't nothing like this.
Bert Kreischer
This is
retweeted
Bert Kreischer
you.
retweet. Yeah,
Did Joey see his song?
Joey seen his song. I DM Joey. Got messages from Joey. Like
Theo Vaughn was
Theo
like
Vaughn.
reading QR codes, and
Yep.
we
that
had we had
shit.
Xander like chase him down like a hooligan.
Yep.
Shout
Like
out Xander.
it's all been done, but this was the biggest.
You
for
were
sure, 'cause
on the
Ariel
King
loved
and the
it so much.
Sting.
Yep, I was on the show.
This might be your little browse moment.
Probably, dude. I want to say it's the little browse moment, dude. It's crazy. Good song. Go check it out. It's out on YouTube now, and it drops March 1st on all platforms. The MMA Hour song by Rick G.
Yes, sir.
Do not forget to get those tickets, too. March 9th, I will be performing that song just for the content. I don't care if anybody in the room likes that song being played other than Dave, because Dave's going to be vibing.
Mm-hmm.
I'm filming that shit for Ariel, so I can fucking post that. You know what I mean? It's content, bro. Of course I'm performing that shit live. It's 1 minute and 36 seconds. I got to throw it in the set.
Right.
But all right, enough about me. Let's get into these sports. Let's pull up. I was going to pull up the NBA standings. I'm not anymore, and I'm not going to get on his internet, actually, because our internet problems. Got to use the phone today, guys.
I'm using the internet because we're recording this.
Yeah,
Oh,
we're not
okay, so you
streaming.
don't even care?
Yeah.
I
Don't
guess I
even.
should just
It's not
use
like
this.
that, bro.
All right, so pulling this up. What kind of operation you running here, Deryk? Yeah. I'm just
Honestly,
yashing.
the first time we've had internet problems.
I know. I wonder when
since
this is
Sport
going to come
Champs.
out. Is there fights this weekend? There is, huh?
There might be.
Yeah, I think there's a card this weekend. Turn on
Jake
my
Paul.
Wi-Fi. Jake
Jake
Paul.
Paul's this weekend.
Sunday.
Damn.
It's on Sunday.
Well, it looks like it's gonna happen. I mean, all these other ones have been canceled.
Yeah,
So
right.
it's finally
it looks like it's
actually
gonna
gonna
finally
happen.
huh? Mike Perry's the backup. I still wish that would happen instead. Yeah, Krylov Span is this weekend. Let me. I guess I could pull up the. I wasn't gonna
UFC
do any
Vegas
bites or
70.
anything because we didn't have internet, but now I can.
So it's UFC Vegas 70. And I have some of the fights put up. See, like, some of these sneakier fight cards, I'm completely, like, UFC is not advertising these as well as they could be.
Fuck no, they're not.
just
It's 'cause
advertising
all their money's going
power
to slap
slap,
fighting. Yeah,
yeah.
dude, stupid. I haven't watched that shit for like 3 weeks. I'm just busy. And
Do you think Power Slap's gonna be back next year, next season?
Now it's time to talk MMA.
It's hard to say. I think they're gonna have to see how much money that they reap when it comes to this ultimate live event, because I think that's what they're gearing up towards. I think this whole show is gonna gear towards an event that'll be live, kind of like the Ultimate Fighter finale.
Gotcha.
And if that does numbers, then maybe. But like, how do you? I don't know. It's just hard to say because you got
I don't
more.
like the reality thing they're doing, bro.
I don't
Like,
either,
I don't
but
care.
You get
Like,
different walks of life
care.
when it comes to this.
Yeah,
slap
it's
sport.
cool because we got one guy from our town doing it,
Yeah, repping.
which is cool.
Yeah, that's dope.
But who gives a fuck?
Yeah.
You know. I don't care
So-
about the reality part.
Yeah.
I think they would have a lot more success and it would be a lot more gruesome and probably would be a lot more talked about if they would just 8 fights every episode, top to bottom. That dude gets knocked out, cool. Drag him off the mat. Fucking next guys go up. You
Yeah.
know? Just back to back it. I don't care about the reality. Just want to see people get slapped. That's the whole point. That's the whole
Before
point. That's
before
what we're there
we-
for. Like,
Sorry.
so I can't watch that shit. It's fucking sleep. fall asleep watching that shit.
Before we preview this card, should we react to the last one that we just had this past weekend?
Yeah, definitely.
Grasso v. Andrade.
Not Grasso.
Not Grasso.
Blanchfield.
Blanche. Yeah, I'm sorry. I get them confused for no reason.
How do you get them two confused?
There's
I'm
no
surprised
there's
you
no
get those two
justification
confused.
in why. It's just a name
It's
swap.
so funny. All right. Where the hell is it?
So I believe that was UFC Vegas 69. Should be the card.
Yep. All right. Let's go over this prelim. I'm just going to run through them real fast. We have limited time, guys. We have... Ooh, I forgot. But Clayton Carpenter winning by submission in the first round over Juan Camilo Ronderos. Then we got AJ Fletcher winning in the second round via submission over Themba Gorimbo. How about Ovin St. Preux getting knocked out, huh?
Poor guy.
49 seconds in the first round. Philippe Lins, really. Crazy. Just, I don't know what to say. Jamal Emmers, decision, win over Hussein Askabov. I thought that was not going to go to the decision, and it did. Lost a bet. What's up? We missed our parlay this week.
Damn.
Lena Landsberg losing to Myra Buena Silva. And then we had the feature prelim, Nazim Sadikov taking out Evan Elder via KO. Round 3, 38 seconds. Go check that one out.
That Elder, that one ended via doctor stoppage.
Oh, it was Dr. Stoppage.
So
They stopped the fight in the
it
third
was a
round.
great back and forth bout. They were both swinging pretty wild, and then Homie got hit with, I want to say it was a clinch elbow, I believe, because it opened up a super huge gash right over his eye, and it was like
Those ones are the nasty
about an
ones.
inch long and completely open to where like blood was just completely compromising his eye, and they stopped it right away.
I
So-
feel like my shit's thin. My shit's going to...
It's good stoppage.
I would get
but
one of those.
It's good stoppage, but you always know that those fighters want to fight through it. But sometimes you got to save them from themselves.
Gotta save him sometimes.
It was back and forth. I don't think a true winner had been declared up until that moment in my mind.
And we did get another win on this side. Alexander Hernandez
Took out-
taking out a legend, Jim Miller.
Jim
Decision. You know what? That's what's up, dude. Shout out Factory X.
Now, Jim Miller, we want to see you at UFC 300. I want to see him because then he'll have been at 1, 2, and 3.
That would be so sick.
Give him a bum, UFC.
Give him, yeah, come on. I think they're holding him for it. They're holding. He's 35-17. Look at that record.
He has, I
crazy.
believe, the most minutes in the octagon, or something like that. It's either most minutes or the most fights. Regardless, shout out Jim Miller.
Shout out Jim Miller. Then we had William Knight fighting Marcin Prashino.
Yeah, my leg of the bet. I said wouldn't happen or wouldn't go the distance.
And definitely went the distance.
Turns out, when you are on the juice, quote unquote.
Oh, look at that. We got a realtor call for Mr. Winston.
Turns out when you're on the juice, it's hard to knock you out.
Yeah, definitely hard to knock you out. William Knight being released from the UFC.
Damn.
Yeah,
He was
released from the UFC.
so huge. Man's had to have been like, they were fighting at light heavyweight. He had to have been easily like 235 that night.
Easily.
He was so huge.
Then we had Josh Parzian getting taken out by Jamal Poigas via decision.
Mm-hmm.
Another fighter released from the UFC. Jordan Wright released from the UFC after he got a loss right under Zach Paga. Or is it Paga? I think it's just Paga, honestly. Zach Paga took out Jordan Wright, 7-1 now. Co-main event, Jordan Wright gets cut. Bye-bye.
UFC's just, they might be scrounging for money if there's because they're spread thin.
They're probably
right
not
now.
scrounging, but I don't know what's going on. These guys weren't crazy.
Nah,
They weren't crazy. I mean, Jordan Wright,
They
12
weren't
and
moving the
5,
needle that
12 and
much.
5. William Knight, 11 and 5. Big deal. Get out of here, guys. But honestly, shout out to those guys too. I mean, it's hard. It's hard to get in there and do that shit. It really is. Other than that, we have to talk about the main event. Aaron Blanchfield
Bro,
destroying Jessica Andrade.
So-
Jessica Andrade throwing out the excuse that we had a mishap with the top of the uniform.
that is potentially true as far as like that happened, but as far as the level of significance to where it awarded the choke per se.
My thing is you got to keep fighting if that happens. Who cares?
You know what she even
That's
said?
what you signed up for that.
I mean, this is going to sound like a really shallow thing to say, but you know what Andrade even admitted to after the fact when she was talking about it? She was like, she basically was like, yeah, my nudes have leaked. I don't know why I cared if someone saw my nipple that night.
Damn, that's so true, right?
Yeah.
You're just in the moment, I bet.
It's a natural human instinct.
It's a natural
but
thing, yeah.
That being said, I thought from bell to bell that Blanchfield was just owning the moment. And
She
don't
was.
get me wrong,
Her striking looked good.
she was hitting
She
her
was
with
getting
just-
tagged, though.
She was getting tagged, but she kept coming with the sharpest straights, and every time she landed,
did.
you heard it.
You did.
So I
That's
was
the
like,
thing.
I
She
mean,
was doing good.
It was at the UFC, Expo Center or whatever the hell
I
it's
was
called.
watching this at a Chinese restaurant while eating Chinese food.
I was, I believe, playing Madden, and then I had
Nice.
because you can
We were snowboarding.
because you can double
we
cast things through Hulu if you have the Disney Plus package, where it's the
Nice.
bundle. So I have that. So when that happens, I'll watch either prelims or fight night cards on my. This is gonna sound so funny on my Nintendo Switch while I'm gaming, because it's like a second
Nice.
monitor. It's right there next to me. I can hear it. But I stopped playing for that whole fight because I was like, I just want to see this. This is her biggest test. Granted, Andrade was on a very
biggest
short
test.
late notice.
Very late. 5
Kudos to her
days,
for
5
taking the
days.
fight, making the weight, and everything. That's badass.
Still-
and she put up an amazing fight.
Andrade's still a hard fight.
They could rematch that, and I wouldn't be. I would be really excited still.
Yeah.
But the way I see it is, Blanchfield is she's a dog. That girl is a dog. She got some dog in her.
Dog.
She fights like Ronda did. Granted, she's not armbarring everybody, but she fought like Ronda did. Ronda used to say, when she would fight all angry, that she was like, I fight like I'm protecting my little sister, and Blanchfield gives me those vibes.
Straight vibed up.
No, I give. She's young, but the fact that she just beat that test the way she did, it's going to be hard for me to see her not fighting for a title, possibly this year. Because think of how shallow the women's talent weight classes are, unfortunately.
They are shallow right now.
But I mean, not to get off topic, we're going to keep talking about what
mean,
we're
they've
doing.
been
But
shallow.
you want to know who's coming back, though?
Who?
Tatiana Suarez.
I did see that.
That's
Yep.
irrelevant,
Yep,
but that's
yep,
just saying.
Did see that.
That's another dog.
She got a hard fight announced too. Who's she fighting again? It's
I don't even remember.
It's a hard fight coming back. It's a hard fight.
Regardless,
we have a fight this weekend. Saturday at 2:30 p.m. Colorado time, Mountain Time.
Yep.
The prelims will start, and for the main card, we have it at 5 p.m. Saturday. So you can watch the card Go get a little schwasty after at the old pub. And we're just gonna keep on rolling through these. I'm gonna read off these fighters real quick, real fast, and we're gonna just continue from there. I might shoot out some bets. I wish Winston was here to read off my bet stuff, but he's not. Actually, you know what we can do?
I can try.
You know, no. Let's wait. Let's try and wait for Winston. BKFC. Bring it up.
Oh God. Okay, so we didn't preview this card last week, mostly because, to be 100% honest, I am very out of the loop when it comes to BKFC.
Same.
I'm a huge fan, but it's.
I didn't even know what was happening.
Yeah, that goes to show how well they advertise it. But I used to pay for their little subscription every month, and I was having fun with it. But I got to a point where I realized how much I was paying in subscriptions.
And you were like, "This is too much."
So
for
I'm
this.
like, I need to cut some fat, and that's one of them. Twitter will have every highlight as soon as it happens.
Yes,
So
every single
that's one sport where I don't feel like I have to witness it live. There's some fights I want to see, but regardless, this whole
it's
fight
fun
card,
to watch live. I ain't going.
this
front.
fight
It's fun to
card
watch live.
was bananas. I want to say it was Knucklemania 3, which is like their Super
Knucklemania
Bowl.
3. And
So,
here,
like-
I'll pull it up.
So, for starters, it had Diego Sanchez making his BKFC debut. I believe it was his debut. Didn't go so well, but he was there, so that's a legend. We had former defensive end / former UFC fighter / Contender Series alum, Greg Hardy.
It was Hunt versus Richmond.
Yeah, so that was the interim light heavyweight champ, Richmond versus the light heavyweight champ, Lorenzo Hunt. But this, and it had that, again, forgive me about names. I'm bad with names. I'm not as up to date. They had that one OnlyFans model. Her last name's like Sagala or something.
11 stoppages in a row. 11 knockouts in a row.
This card
on
was
card.
It was bananas.
11.
It was absolutely bananas. Like last week,
Damn.
if you saw on the Street Champ show when we were live, I straight up showed Ricky, like, as soon as Greg Hardy got slept, I showed him on Twitter, and so you can see a moment
He
where
was sitting right here.
Yeah, I just pulled my phone and show him, and we both were like, "Oh, we got knocked out."
I was like,
that
oh.
was. We didn't even know that was happening.
Yeah, didn't even know it was on.
So that all of it, like one girl.
I hate
like
that
said,
they're on Fridays.
If I'm not butchering her name, I think it's like Sagala or Sakara or something like that. I know she's an OnlyFans model. She's got like tattoos.
It was this fight.
It was this fight card. She
Sagala.
See, yeah, I was
Teresa Sagala.
She legitimately snapped her ankle like Conor McGregor snapped the ankle, but
And then tried to
like a
put it
gangster,
back.
she tried to put it back in place, thinking like it was just like not as significant, and then she tried to stand up, and it just wasn't having it. So like,
And then made it worse, probably.
oh,
doing
absolutely, she for sure made it worse. But that being said, that was something you can't like script or expect. Someone snapping their.
I don't know how
ankle.
she didn't even feel that shit. She didn't even feel that.
The amount of adrenaline she was under had to
Yeah.
have been really affecting that. So
crazy.
that was all of these things were nuts. Like all these moments we've referenced have been just bananas. And then you get to the main event and like
Hold on, let me read before we
Okay.
get onto the main event. Let's read through these real quick, just so people can really know what's good with Knucklemania 3.
yes sir.
They started the prelim card, 3 fights. Deryk Perez defeating Anthony Sanchez via unanimous decision. The craziest part about that is that was the only decision of the night. Nick Gonzalez defeats Lardy Navarro via KO, round 1, 41 seconds. Eric Dodson, I think it's John Dodson's brother, defeats Gene Perez via KO, round 1, 1 minute 32 seconds. Kevin Kroom defeats Chevy Bridges via KO, round 1, 1 minute and 11 seconds. Joshua Moreno defeats Christian Torres via TKO, round 2, 1 minute and 2 seconds. Gaston Reno defeats Daniel Vencicle, TKO, doctor stoppage, round 1, 126. Will Santiago defeats Noah Cutter, TKO, doctor stoppage, round 1. Jamie Hinshaw, Jamie Hinshaw is the chick who beat the chick who snapped her leg in half, Teresa Sagala, via KO, round 1, 38 seconds is when she snapped that thing.
yeah.
The most talked about thing about Knucklemania right now, Josh Watson defeating Greg Hardy in 19 seconds of the second round. And he got wobbled before that. He was getting wobbled. Though, like, I want to watch the whole fight. I haven't gotten to do it yet, but I do want to see the whole fight of that. Then we have John Dodson coming out of here, defeating Jared Grant, KO, round 1, 1 minute and 41 seconds. Then we had Austin Trout defeating Diego Sanchez via TKO because Diego was a bloody mess. Mess.
He reminds
round
me,
4, actually.
Diego reminds me of Chuck Webner, legendary boxer who Rocky was based off of. They called him the Bjorn Bleeder. you might as well just rename Diego Sanchez just the Bleeder.
Right? God, dude. Then we had Lorenzo Hunt taking out Mike Richmond via KO. The craziest exchange. Lorenzo Hunt gets dropped. Doesn't know where he is. I don't care what anybody says. Doesn't know where he is.
He got like dropped.
Gets back up, leans against the ropes at an 8 count. You know what I mean? And then the ref kept it going. You know, showed him his hands, looked good, came out of the gate. First exchange, bink, drops Richmond. Richmond is snoring.
See, like the way you described it doesn't like, and the way I'm gonna attempt to
Doesn't
describe
give
it
it-
won't
doesn't
do
give
it
it
justice.
justice.
Just imagine
It's the
like just
craziest
this
clip.
simple. He gets like the whole clip is maybe 11 seconds.
It's
He-
crazy.
Excuse me. Like Hunt goes down, and he like kind of catches himself as he goes down, so he wasn't like folded, but he went down, like justifiable knockdown. Gets up, like leans on the ropes, gets his 8 count, and then squares off again. Immediately, just one punch, and that one punch straight comatose.
Yeah.
Like
Snoring.
his eyes were like
Snoring.
wide open. You could see like all of his breaths were super labored because it was
Yes.
just
Snoring.
convulsive breathing. Like Jesus Christ.
Lorenzo Hunt, dude. Can't sleep on
He
him.
just unified the title. 'cause
If
that was-
Lorenzo would have got hit, he would have went out.
that was the interim light heavyweight champ versus Lorenzo Hunt, the light heavyweight champ.
Crazy.
And his post-fight interview, he said, "Whoever wins the heavyweight belt, let me at him."
Oof. I don't know. That's.
I believe Hunt's
So
also the
crazy.
former middleweight too.
We got Mr. Winston back.
Yes, sir.
Welcome back. Any good news?
Thanks, dude. Yeah, they're gonna give me.
They're gonna give you that.
10,000 instead of 15,000.
My man is 10 G's richer.
Yeah.
They
So,
should have been the 15. What the fuck?
Yeah, I mean, I could still argue it, but we'll see.
Regardless,
He gonna take the money. He doesn't give a shit.
BKFC. Steph-
Winston's like 10 G's. She. I'll fix it later.
I guess I'll take it.
Yeah.
So, yeah,
All right, man. I want you to pull up your FanDuel for me,
All right.
and we're gonna start reading off this UFC card
Yes,
that is
sir.
coming up right here. I actually waited just for you because I knew you'd be back just in time.
Nice.
So we talked about BKFC. Now we are back on UFC. This is the card. We're going to start on the prelims of Krylov versus Ryan Spann. We're going to start all the way at the bottom. We have an undefeated fighter taking on a very, very big veteran. Very, very well-rounded veteran. One Rafael Alves taking on Narulo Aliev. Now we have Winston back to give us some good odds. What do we got, Winston?
For Haley and Aline?
For Rafael Alves and Narulo Aliev.
Rafael, we got plus 152. Narulo, we got minus 188.
Okay, undefeated fighter taking in the favorite spot. Joe Selecki taking on Carl Deaton in the lightweight division, same as the first fight.
We got Joe minus 590, and then Carl
Oh my God,
plus 410.
590, huh? Okay, Joe Selecki. Joe Selecki is a really good fighter. I didn't think he'd be that big of a.
So you're going with Joe?
I mean, yeah, he's probably gonna win.
Yeah.
Then this is a good fight right here. A catchweight between Charles Johnson and Ode Osborne. Oh my God. Please look up the line for this to not go the distance.
So we got Charles at a minus 172, odd
Nice.
at plus 140.
Charles is good.
To not go the distance, we got minus 164. So kind of a
It
toss
might,
up.
yeah, it might go the distance because Charles Johnson. That's the factor. Ode Osborne's a kill or be killed. So we'll see what happens, man. I see this kind of not going the distance. I don't know if I'd parlay that though. We got Jordan Levitt back from his loss to Paddy Pimblett, taking on Victor Martinez. Victor Martinez has a black and white photo for his photo here.
Both
Might
are,
need to update that one.
both are minus 110.
Wow.
Yeah, doesn't get more toss up than that.
It don't. All right, Derek, you got Jordan Levitt minus 110, or you got Victor Martinez minus 110?
Go Martinez.
Martinez, Mexican strong. Let's go. All right, you heard it here first.
That's worse
Sport
than
champs. Hey, yo, he's Mexican.
Yeah.
He speaks Spanish. Say something in Spanish, Derek.
Viva mi raza.
Boom.
Nice.
I like it.
Sounded good.
Now we have Jasmine, Joshua Disibis.
I don't even know. I don't even see it.
Joshua
Oh, man.
Disibis. You try and say it, Winston.
Jasudavicius.
You did
Let
good.
me see
Jasuda Vicious. That was good.
Thanks, dude. I sounded
Dude.
it out.
Winston's really good. Jasmine Jasuda
I
Vicious.
think it's Hasmin.
Hasmi. Ooh.
Damn.
You want to say her name? You want to say this? Go ahead and say this fight.
Hasmin Jasudavicius Gabriela Fernandez.
Ooh. I don't like how you kind of said the last time.
I know.
The last word there, but it's okay. You know, stumbles.
Yeah.
Stumbles.
But we get back up.
We got Gabriella sitting at 8-1. We got Hasmin sitting at 7-2. What do we got for these odds?
We got Gabby Gab at minus 134, and then Hasmin at
Underdog.
plus 110.
Ah,
pretty toss-up, though.
It's a toss up.
Yeah, it's a toss-up. Close fight.
Eric Gonzalez taking on Trevor Peak for the prelim, the feature prelim of the night. Trevor Peak undefeated 7-0. We got Eric Gonzalez 14-7. So Eric Gonzalez has as many losses as Trevor has wins.
Trevor's the favorite, minus 215. So,
That would be a nice parlay piece to kind of cheer for, huh?
Yeah.
Undefeated fighter. You never know what Eric Gonzalez is going to do, though, so you better be careful.
will the fight go the distance? Minus 600. Yeah.
Oh, my God.
So, they're going to be throwing.
Yeah, right? They're rowing. And then we have Mike Mallet starting out the main card for us, taking on Johan Lanis.
We got Mike with the minus 230 and Johan with the plus 184.
Okay, Mike. We got an 8-1 Mike Mallet taking on Johan 9-1. Look who's back. Look who's back.
Return.
Look who's back.
After 1,300 days absence in the cage.
Tatiana Suarez stepping in the cage, 9-0. Hasn't fought in, I'm sorry, Dave, how many days?
Over 1,300. But for those who don't know,
Fuck.
like her story, without getting too deep into it, she's a young cancer survivor, and then not only did she beat cancer, but she was like she was basically Khabib on the mats. Like that, and that's not an exaggeration in any capacity.
She might have been more dominant than Khabib on the ground.
Like she's an amazing
A killer.
lifelong wrestler. She's been wrestling since she was a very young age, and then she had back-to-back injuries, and the last injury was like a very, very brutal knee injury. It was like a complete like lateral, or like I think it was LCL tear, ACL tear. Like it was brutal. Like she's just been slowly recovering, and I am just so beyond excited. Us as fans are beyond privileged to get to see her, and like I don't expect any ring rust or anything because ever since she's dealt with cancer, she's been fighting. You know what I'm saying?
She might grab that title soon.
She needs 2 wins and she's
I don't know. Weili Zhang might take her out.
Maybe.
But
if Rose can grapple Weili Zhang, Tatiana Suarez is gonna
dog her.
Ragdoll
dog her on the ground.
Now that all things considered, though, the fact
so
that
true.
Tatiana Suarez
good.
like beating cancer, there's not any human being on this earth that are like any woman you could put in that cage against her
that's
gonna be a bigger achievement than that. So there's nothing that she hasn't seen in a weird, convoluted way. So that being said, I'm the biggest homer for Tatiana Suarez. I can't wait to see her step foot back in that cage. I think she's going to be, like I said, give her two bouts, and if she does what she's done every fight she's ever been in, she's going to be in the title picture for sure.
Facts.
And
she's taking on one Montana De La Rosa. It's not going to be easy.
That is not a chump.
Not a chump right here. Don't let the record show. 12-7-1. Doesn't matter. This chick is a dog, too. Winston, give me them odds.
We got Tatiana to minus 800. Montana at plus 520.
Wrestling, ladies and gentlemen.
God.
Crazy.
Yeah.
Wrestling, ladies and
those
gentlemen.
odds are kind of on the nose there.
I wouldn't necessarily touch that if you're not doing a deep parlay.
Yeah.
Because if you're going to do a bunch of gimmies, I would say gimme Tatiana Suarez win via submission.
What is that odd?
Those are the gimmies,
What is that odd?
in my opinion.
For submission?
Money
Suarez
line and then a submission.
By Tatiana by submission.
Plus 260
That's a good
for
pickup.
submission.
That's a good pickup.
Points is plus 110.
Plus 110.
Now, what is it? What about a money line? Or you already said the money line
I
for her
think
to
she
win.
submits
So
her.
it's like, yeah, that's what I'm saying. I think
How many times is? Let's see how many times Montana has been submitted.
It's also
She lost a decision to Macy Barber last year.
Tatiana Suarez is undefeated, isn't she
She
not?
knocked out Ariane Lipsky. She got a draw between Myra Bueno Silva. She
All relevant.
was supposed to fight Tyler Santos. Decision loss, decision win. Decision. She got a submission win over Nadia Qasim. This was in 2019, though.
That's what I'm saying.
Decision loss to Andrea Lee.
You got to go back 5 years to see these.
I know. A submission win over Rachel Ostovich, who doesn't even fight anymore.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know. Tatiana, that submission bet, Tatiana Suarez, tasty.
That's
It's a tasty bet right there.
If we could even
It's
do
a tasty bet.
if we have time, we could even do a parlay and just throw that in as an extra.
Like an extra parlay or something.
If we wanna
Honestly, we don't even have. You don't need to parlay that. Just pick it up.
Yeah.
Just single bet that. Fuck
Yeah.
it.
But yeah,
Plus
the
The
260.
plus 260 is
Yeah.
great
So
odds.
simply put, we got Tatiana winning, and my guess is like under 2 via submission, but an anytime submission bet is a gimme.
Yeah. What's an anytime? Just winner by submission. What would that be?
Oh, either of them
And
winning.
just submission win. Yeah.
For her, or if you said
Wonder
it was
what a
like
first round
260.
win for Tatiana would be too.
Submission is plus 200.
Plus 200. That's
Yeah.
pretty good. That's a good pickup too.
Yeah, points
Because
are minus 130.
you never know if Montana De La Rosa will overpower Tatiana, who hasn't been in the cage on the ground in a long time.
Yeah.
Never know what's gonna happen. She gets submitted. You never know. But I don't know. That's a tasty odd. How about Tatiana by first round?
That is plus 310. That's the most likely.
Ooh,
Most likely out of all the rounds.
that's a good pickup too. A plus 310. Wow. What if you parlayed plus 310? Oh, you can't. Can you same game parlay that?
I think so.
Yeah, pick her up by Tatiana by submission win and first round win, or end in the first round, or however you have to do it. Tatiana
And then win
Suarez
by
first round.
submission.
If you could do Tatiana Suarez round 1 and then Tatiana
Yeah, you
Suarez
can't
submission.
parlay those.
Okay, just do a round 1. Just like ends in the first round.
That's plus 310.
Yeah. Can you same game parlay that?
With
End in the first round
winning
with
by
the sub?
submission?
Yeah, no. Ah,
No.
damn. It's because it's the same fight, huh?
I
Like,
think
same.
so, yeah.
You would think you could, but it's okay. We got Tatiana around here, if you haven't noticed.
She's going to bust down.
She's gonna bust down. We got Augusto Sakai taking on Dontel Mace, and this isn't gonna go the distance. What is the not go the distance on here? You guess, Dave. I'm gonna guess minus 550,
So they're heavyweights, not going the distance. It's
and it's Augusto Sakai.
probably like minus like 365 to 390.
What are the odds?
You said
Uh,
minus 450.
Oh,
minus
minus
550.
220.
I was closer.
Ah,
But this is the
you're
price
way
is
closer.
right. I win.
Way closer.
I win a
God,
fucking
I'm a loser.
recliner.
It's
That's
a toss-up.
That's a good parlay piece.
Yeah, not to go the distance.
Mm-hmm.
It's a toss-up for each of them. Augusto is minus 115.
Dontel.
Donatel is minus 105.
Yeah, dude. Another good fight right after that is Andre Muniz taking on Brendan Allen.
So
I got Muniz. I think Muniz was probably like a minus 800. Like, is he?
He's minus 230.
so I pulled up.
Okay, not as much, but
So
that's a
I've
good pickup too for the parlay.
Andre Muniz, God bless, has been a dark horse
Dark horse
for a title shot for
23 and 4
for a long time. So like I had to bring up both the records because both Brandon Allen and Andre Muniz are both dogs. So I have their past records.
Brendan
up
Allen
here.
won last time.
So
His last fight.
So I'm gonna go back, and this is gonna be in order of last fight and the second last fight, etc. Brandon Allen beat Christoph Jocko via rear naked choke.
Yep.
The fight before that, he beat Jacob Molkan, unanimous decision. The fight before that, Sam Alvey, rear naked choke. He did lose to Chris Curtis the fight before that via
It's a
TKO.
good fighter right there, though.
And then after that, he fought Punahele Soriano, UD on that he won. He got an ankle lock submission win over Carl Robertson. And then his loss after that was against Sean Strickland. A lot of people got TKO'd by that man. It is what it is.
On the other side of the coin, though, let's read off for some Andre Muniz.
I got him. So,
2022
so
action.
listen to some of
Uriah
these.
Hall decision win.
So he got Uriah Hall, dog. Eric Anders. He beat him.
Subbed.
Yeah, subbed. He got Jacare via armbar. Like what? The crocodile. He got
Fabinski.
he got him via armbar. Antonio Arroyo via UD.
Has not lost in the UFC.
He's just on a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 fight win streak. His last loss was in 2016.
Winston, what's the odd on Muniz to win inside the distance?
His
And then
By
look up,
TKO or submission?
do submission.
Submission is plus 125.
So Muniz has 4
Yeah,
wins
that's
by
a nice
knockout.
pickup. That's a nice pickup.
Muniz has 4 wins by knockout, 15 submission wins, and 4 subs. And then when you go over to Brandon Allen, very remarkably similar ratios. He's got 5 KO wins, 11 subs, and
This is
4
a
decisions.
fight. What's this to not go the distance?
Minus 320.
That's a parlay piece right there.
Can you just
That's the parlay
Can you do an
piece.
anytime
Yes.
bet submission for like not implying who does it? Is that
Yes.
Because that I feel like is a gimme.
Submission is minus 115.
That sounds like a gimme.
That's a gimme.
Because that's someone in this fight is going to lose via submission is what we're predicting. You got 2 dudes who Muniz is 3
Muniz
times.
can knock people out too.
Muniz,
Though. I've
but-
seen him drop
so
motherfuckers.
Muniz is batting like 3-1 submissions to KOs, and Brandon is batting about 2-1 submissions to KOs.
True.
So because they're both submission specialists, do you think that that's going to mean that they're less likely to get submitted because their defense
That
of
can
submission?
happen. That can happen. It's styles make fights, and like when we've noticed when like you have 2 very consistent grapplers, like they put on striking exhibitions. You know what I'm saying? So like you had Charles Oliveira versus Islam Makhachev, and like that's 2 bread and butter grapplers. Like Oliveira has like I think the most submission wins, and they struck for a long time of the duration of the fight that did happen. You know what I'm saying? Or same thing, Volkanovski struck with Islam. So like a lot of fighters, whether it be ego or whether it be that know-how of like I know what I'm good at, but he's also good at that. I don't want to even humor what he's good at.
Facts.
So you have a great point. This could go the distance and just be a strike fest, and it wouldn't shock me.
Let's get to this main event of the evening. We got Nikita Krylov taking on Ryan Spann. What are the odds on this one, Winston? I got Ryan Spann being the favorite.
We have Krylov at minus
What?
176. It's pretty close.
That's
I
almost
mean,
that's
almost
close.
a coin flip. I bet you
Yeah.
come fight night, like once the
think
cage
Mike
closes,
Spann kinda-
that's gonna change.
Might want to pick up Spann right now.
to not go
Honestly,
the-
I don't know if he's going to win. Nikita is very good.
to not go
Krylov
the
is-
distance, minus 850.
Yep.
Holy shits.
Ryan Spann's kill or be killed. Nikita Krylov, kill or be killed.
Maybe take a risk and bet.
29-9 for Nikita Krylov, and then we got 21-7 Ryan Spann.
Maybe take a risk and bet that this fight does go the distance on a standalone bet, because if that
What's the odd on
if that does
to-
happen,
to
you
go
got
the
some good
distance?
odds.
What is
Plus
it?
520. I
Bruh.
mean,
That's
that's
a
pretty
good
good.
odds.
You put down $1, you're
Put a
gonna
little
win
sprinkle.
50 fucking 3.
Put a little sprinkle on that.
That's wild.
That's like I said, that's not something
It's
we
5
want to-
rounds.
You don't want that to come true.
Oh, yeah, that ain't happening.
You
5 rounds. These boys ain't making it 5 rounds.
My assumption of how the fight's gonna play out is Spann is very, very dangerous,
He's
especially
killed or be
early.
killed, yeah.
But we've never seen him have to be dangerous in later rounds because he's almost always won by then, you know? And so, that being said, if Krylov has the game plan to just grind him, just stay away from him for a while, lean on him, don't let him get his hands on him, and then, like, let's see what he looks like in round 3, it could be a different, like, the fight could look a lot different. Spann might win. We don't know what that looks like, you know? We're going to have to wait and see. I'm just excited because, like you guys both said, I think someone is going to get woken up at the end of this main event. That's how I see that happening.
Easily. Good
yeah.
fight card. I think it's pretty
Sneaky.
good. It's a sneaky one.
It's a little sneaky
It's
one.
gonna be fun. It's a little early. We'll see what's happening. But I need you to pull up one more odd for me, Winston. Pull up Jake Paul versus Tommy Fury.
Yeah, we
gotta talk about
this.
this.
Is like the last
Gotta
time
talk
we're
about
gonna
this.
mention that before until it's over. But can we all mutually agree that we hope that Fury's, like, just for whatever dumbass reason, flakes and we get to see Mike Perry in there?
Right? Oh,
Yeah.
that'd be so
What do you
nice.
guys think the odds are?
Tommy Fury is probably.
I think they're pretty split. I think Jake's winning 170.
Tommy Fury's probably like the
Minus
plus
170.
like 600 to like.
Really?
Isn't the favorite the minus?
Yeah.
Favorites minus.
So yeah, Jake's probably like a minus like 450.
Wow, you're going. I think they're closer than that.
It's very close. Jake Paul is minus 138. Tommy
Yep,
Fury is
called it.
plus 108.
Called it.
Oh.
I called
But
it.
I think
That's a good pickup for Jake Paul, if you ask me.
the closer we get, I think more people are going to bet on Jake because there's going to
Yeah.
be so many fanboys that are just like, I
Betting
don't know
on
who
him.
Tommy Fury is. I just know who Jake Paul is. Putting my
It's gonna
money
be
on
a good
him.
fight. It's gonna be a good fight. They're gonna fight.
Yeah.
I think Jake takes him out of there though. What's Jake Paul by knockout?
Knockout plus 280.
It's a good pickup too. think
Points
he
or
knocks him out.
decisions is plus
Do you
220.
think he knocks him out?
I think he for sure knocks him out. This is Tommy Fury's first bout over 4 rounds
It's his first bout over 4 rounds,
that I'm aware of.
and I think Tommy Fury's the people he's fought.
They have a combined record. He had a combined
You talked
record.
about
It
it,
was
yeah.
like 11, 117, and like 4. Yeah,
Was-
you heard that right. Over 100 plus losses to like 10 wins
on all of his opponents that he's fought.
combined.
So.
He fought a dude that was like 0 and 27.
You know what's lame though? If Jake Paul wins, he gets ranked. Did you hear that?
The WBC said
yeah.
that, but like
what?
it could be equal parts slap in the face. He could be the last ranked dude.
Still, it doesn't matter. He's still ranked, and he's not fighting anybody of caliber, like of that caliber. You know.
Regardless,
I don't know.
It
I don't run
is
it. I don't care. They
what
do
it
it. They do it
is.
for money. Yeah. All these standings are bullshit, anyways. Yeah. So who you guys got? Let's talk about it.
Jake,
Yeah.
round 4.
I think all of us have Jake.
I think Jake, I mean, he's got the most to lose and the most to gain, I feel like.
Yeah.
So,
What if Tommy goes out there and starches him? Just
No, I don't
knocked
think.
out flat on the canvas.
As
That
lame
to
as it
happen.
sounds, MMA math doesn't work and boxing math doesn't work. But I feel like Anderson is a way bigger test than
Way
Tommy.
bigger test. I agree.
Even at
true.
40-something years old.
Mike Perry's a bigger
true.
test than Tommy.
Oh, hands down. And Tommy Fury, I'm sorry. Tommy Fury's gonna have some attempt at boxing. Mike Perry's just gonna try to hurt you.
Mike Perry.
He'll spit his blood at you.
I went on record and tweeted Jake Paul versus Mike Perry, headbutts allowed.
damn.
We should do it.
Mike Perry's definitely winning that.
Yeah, I know.
I don't think
I know.
that's fair.
Yeah, I'm just kidding. It's gruesome. But, yeah, I mean, I don't know. Pick up Jake Paul maybe right there. That's a good pickup on the money
Yeah,
line.
minus
money line,
138.
it's a good pickup.
Yeah,
Double your money.
because
Fuck it.
that's not crazy
Not
odds.
completely double it, but it's there. It's
Close.
there. You know? Yeah, so let's pick our parlay pieces and get the F out of here. How about that?
Oh yeah.
All right. So,
Also-
Winston, do you have any idea who you're picking?
I
Quick
don't.
I'm gonna
side note.
Give you a little. What?
I was just gonna say, quick side note. If you guys are watching this, it'll have already have happened. But seemingly on Fridays moving forward, PFL is doing their Challenger Series, which is like
Oh,
their
yeah.
Dana White Contender Series equivalent. And the only reason I bring it up is because they've been continuously doing celebrity judges. And the celebrity judges for this one is Paige Van Sant, Megan Anderson. Yes, that's how she refers to her name, Megan. And then remotely, Sam Darnold. Pretty cool. I just think it's cool.
Sam Darnold.
I'm a fan of seeing fans being involved for judging. It's a dream job for me to be an MMA judge, really. But that's about it. Let's get back to that parlay, though.
parlay pieces.
I have 2 gimmies that you could just throw on easily, whether they're my piece or not. And it's the main event or that's 3 technically. Main event not going the distance. The heavyweight bout not going the distance, or an anytime submission between Brandon Allen and Andre Muniz.
Pick one for our Sport Champs parlay. One of those. Whatever one you want. You're first.
Dun dun dun. I don't know which one of those 3 is the juiciest, but I want to say that anytime submission was like a plus.
That's the juiciest. They
It's like-
get the odd. But honestly, just go for the for sure, dude.
All right, if we're gonna do that, then let's just assume that this main event does not go the distance.
All right. Let's see what that's sitting at.
I'm pretty confident of that.
Yeah, that's a confident one right there, bro.
That one should just happen, you know.
That. Oh my God, it's a minus 850. You might want to
All right, well,
change up on
if
that
not,
one.
okay, fuck. What about Tatiana Suarez bout not going the distance?
Ooh. You could. Okay, let's see what's up.
I think that's like pretty 50
Minus
50,
106.
I think. Yeah.
That's a little risky. It's a little risky.
Okay, here's my last suggestion.
You could pick up Tatiana.
Last suggestion.
Oh, okay.
Jake Paul versus whoever the hell he boxes doesn't go the distance.
Okay.
I
let's
think.
I don't think you
I
can
think that's a
technically-
toss up too.
Well, yeah, that one was
I'm
kind
going
of
to
a
boxing
coin
right
flip.
now.
Well, whatever you're more confident with, bro.
I think the main event is not going the distance. But that was like minus 850, you said?
Yeah.
I don't want to do something that, because then you guys have to adjust your bets to make the.
I'm
the
gonna.
parlay
I already
better.
got my bet picked out.
Well, then you shoot, because all mine have been risky as fuck.
I'm doing Russell Westbrook to have 10 points tonight. First game with the Clippers.
Ooh,
Nice pickup.
we didn't even talk about that.
Yeah. So, I think he's gonna have at least 10 points. I could do 15, but first game, we'll see.
What team is he on again?
Clippers.
Traded, yeah.
It's the Kings versus the Clippers,
Kings,
and I think he's
Clippers.
gonna have 10 points or more. That's minus 650, which is pretty much a gimme.
It's a fucking yeah.
And I think he's gonna want to try and show out for his team.
Minus 650 Russ West, and we picked that right up. All right. Honestly, Dave, you might want to pick up a nice juicy odd to kind of even out Mr. Winston here.
Yeah, so you're
What were you gonna get? You were gonna.
The anytime submission between Andre
Yeah,
Muniz
that might
versus
be a good one right there,
Brandon
dude.
Allen.
Let's
go
do
for
it.
it.
Yeah, let's do it.
That one again. This is not a. Let's
get more risky.
I'm not choosing a winner. You just have
Screw
a
it.
2-to-1 submission specialist versus a 3-to-1 submission specialist. I'm anticipating a submission. It's a weird word to say consecutively.
yeah.
Those
Those
a victory.
those fights are fun to watch. Like I don't really like the wrestling to the ground ones, but like when they're actually trying to submit people, they're rolling around. Like those are fun to watch.
Those are yeah.
Like I enjoy those.
Scrambles are really fun to watch.
Yeah, exactly.
I cannot find it. Where is it? Method of victory.
I would prefer throwing, but like when they're scrambling, that's just as entertaining.
Yeah, and like I said, I'm as a kind of a purist. I'm beyond
Yeah,
entertained.
yours is a plus 200, Dave. That's not bad.
I like scrambling bouts and like grappling bouts when both competitors, and this applies to all methods of fighting, when both competitors are just trying. Like, and when I'm not insinuating that they aren't trying or that they're like taking their foot off the gas pedal per se, but some styles are more neutralizing than others. Like GSP was really known for that. His grappling would just make you look like you couldn't do anything.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, he wasn't really trying to take your head off or squeeze your neck. But other grapplers like Khabib, he would just blitzkrieg you and just bulldoze you, and like it'd be hard for me to call that boring. You know what I'm saying?
straight
So
up.
everything can be cool. I also think if you have two neutralizing grapplers and nothing's happening, it's that whether it is what it is, that ref needs to make a conscious decision. It's partially their responsibility, and maybe stand him up. You know, like when Volk was just sitting there stuck to Islam Makhachev's back, and Volk's just punching backwards, and Makhachev's not trying to get the choke. He's just he's trying, but he's having absolutely no luck. No one would disagree that was not necessarily a waste of time, but it was just neutral. You know, so. This bout, I think, is going to have very little neutrality at any moment.
Facts.
Gotcha.
So we have our parlay pieces right now. Russell Westbrook to score 10 plus points, minus 650. We have against the Sacramento Kings with his new team, the Clippers from LA. Then we have Tatiana Suarez versus Montana De La Rosa. How is the fight going to end? Submission, plus 200. Then I'm ending it and sealing it and reeling it. We got Augusto Sakai, Dontel Mays, not going the distance, minus 220. We're bringing our parlay up to plus 403.
Not bad.
If you bet $5, $20.17 to your account. If you bet $10, $40.35 to your account. If you bet $100, you win $403.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice
crazy.
bet right there. Plus 403. That is our Sport Champs parlay. Any more notable bets that you have, Dave?
I would just remind everybody that, if I'm not mistaken, if you bet that the main event between Span and Krylov were to go the distance, just simply put, wasn't that like a plus like 520
It's
odds?
520. Yep.
So again, that's not something that I forecast will happen. I don't bet that would happen. That is not a gimme.
Yeah.
That is a throw that like $2 at the wall and you might win $100. Other than that,
$10.
or sorry, yeah, I carried the zero. But you know what I'm saying?
You're supposed to be Jewish, dude. You can't be doing that.
No, I can just point out flaws in your taxes. That's about it.
I do want to say one little parlay piece of the week this week would probably be Andre Muniz, minus 230. Throw him in any parlay that you want. I do see him winning against Brendan Allen, but you never know.
And maybe be mindful of those Jake Paul odds closer to the fight.
Yep.
They
If
will
that
change.
happens, if like both fighters are in the arena night of and are going to box each other, that could be, interesting. Now, I would love to see what the odds may or may not look like in the event that Mike Perry has to step in, because until both Fury is staring across from Jake Paul in that cage and the bell rings, I don't believe that both of them are going to be in that ring.
If we could bet on the fight not happening, I would put money on that.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I'd put $5 at least.
Will the fight happen? No.
No.
There's your
Probably not.
pretty much. But other than that,
We're done. That's it.
Yo.
March 9th, get your tickets, Twisted Insane. Be sure to hit subscribe. Be sure to hit like and comment. If you guys watch through the whole video, that means you dig the content. We dig you. Thank you for sticking out through this whole thing. Go check out my MMA Hour song. I think that's what we're going to ride out with. That's what we're going to ride out with a little bit. I'm going to
The
pull it
song?
up. Yeah, dude.
Nice.
And then we're just going to cut. We're at a certain point.
Yeah, we got cut short due to technical difficulties. So
Yes, and we
We
yeah.
didn't get to talk about as many things as we would have liked to, but on a quick last side note,
Yeah, do you think?
Matt Nagy officially the OC in Kansas City again. No surprise, Eric Bieniemy is in Washington, but we'll talk about.
Oh, he
that
took
next
the
week.
Washington job.
Yes, sir.
Nice.
Okay.
Head coach?
Okay.
No.
Oh, okay.
He's just OC, but I'm assuming that the demand is he's going to get to call plays because that's the critique. But Matt Nagy didn't call plays. Doug Peterson didn't call plays.
Yeah.
Gotcha. I see you.
Both of them now have Super Bowls, not as one as head coach and one as OC, but you know.
We're getting out of here, man. If you haven't checked this out, I'm on the MMA Hour. I was featured. Shit was crazy. Shout out to Ariel. Shout out to the MMA Hour. We are out of here. Peace.